Hello, Royal Affairs family. This is Roy,
And I'm Yolanda.
and we're your guides in Royal Affairs, where we show you
Affairs done right. So we are back at it again, tackling some questions that are usually asked after someone or after a couple has experienced infidelity. And I want to definitely make sure at this point that we let one another know. That we let you guys know.
You guys know.
That we're not therapists, we're not counselors. We're here sharing our story and in hopes that it will help you to navigate your journey if infidelity is a chapter in your story. So we're going to delve in today one of the common questions, and I know I asked this myself. Why did this happen?
Yeah. So couples often want to, on the other side of it, as you have gone through counsel or going through counseling for either infidelity or some major breach of trust. Why did this happen? Searching for the why is important. And some of the folks in corporate America or industry may be familiar with the 5 whys when you're trying to get to a root cause. When you ask why, and then you ask why again, and you ask why is that, until you get down to the fundamental answer. So we're going to go through some top reasons, if you will, give kind of a definition of it, and then maybe offer a tip or two as it relates to this. But again, seek professional help. Talk to your therapist. That sage wisdom that you may find from either a licensed professional, a spiritual leader as well, so that you guys too can come out on the other side.
All right, so why did this happen? And I'm going to be looking down in my notes because there are a plethora of reasons why this may happen. And one of them is because of emotional dissatisfaction. And this is because people sometimes seek emotional connection outside their relationship when they feel neglected or emotionally unattached. This often occurs when couples stop communicating with one another effectively. And what this does is it leads to a gradual emotional distance. One partner may feel ignored, unloved, underappreciated, or many things like that. And then that leads them to seek validation and affection from someone else.
Yeah, and that's so important, that emotional connection. So how do you thwart that if there is a breakdown in that emotional connection? So one thing would be to prioritize open and honest, communication, and to have those regular check-ins where you can express and feel free to create a space where you can emotionally connect. Now that is going to require digging a little bit deeper than the surface level, conversation of how's the weather, did you feed the dog, do you need to use the car tomorrow? So those regular check-ins and those open communications are probably some tips that would help in emotional dissatisfaction.
I think so.
All right.
The second reason is lack of sexual fulfillment. And sexual dissatisfaction, whether from a lack of intimacy or mismatched desires or even sexual dysfunction, can drive one partner to seek physical satisfaction elsewhere. And over time, sexual intimacy in relationships can decline. Let's be honest, life gets to life, and there's stress, there's jobs, then you factor in kids, and then more kids, and then another kid. Did I do 5? Because we got 5 kids.
Close to it, yeah.
Or life changes or anything like that. And when you don't address these issues, they can lead to emotional and physical disconnection.
Yeah, so that lack of sexual fulfillment. So a tip there is, it's hard to meet someone's need if you don't know what that want or need is. So it's incumbent upon both partners to share, hey, what is it that you like? What is it that you don't like? So that you can at least be aware of that, and then jointly try to address those. And you'll hear the tip of communicating and having check-ins and understanding the other partner's needs throughout a few of these. So just bear in mind it must be something to that.
Another reason is the desire for novelty and excitement. And some individuals crave novelty and excitement and something new, and that, feeling, in which it may lead to infidelity as a way to escape the routine or the boredom or the normal behavior or what your normal day-to-day life entails, right? And so long-term relationships, again, often go through phases of routine. You got the kids, you got the job, you got, family, you got, whatever it is that you're, working through or dealing with, whatever. So sometimes things become routine, or as we're like to say, transactional. And so when that happens, it can sometimes be mistaken for stagnation. And couples who don't actively work on keeping their relationship exciting and engaging may be more vulnerable to one partner seeking excitement elsewhere. I know, what was it, maybe a couple of days ago or a couple of weeks ago? I don't know. We've been on vacation. But I think we do a pretty good job of... that's my alarm. Sorry about that. I think we do a pretty good job of trying to make sure that we keep things exciting or breaking the monotonous routine. And it happened to be to a point where our little ones are, aware of, hey, well, give each other a kiss or give each other a hug or, just things like that. So again, just... I think we mentioned this on our last video, just making your children or your family aware of, and it was date nights or date days or anything like that, but just including them because they're going to see the relationship dynamic between you two, and you want to make sure that's nurtured in them as well.
Yeah. So the desire for novelty and excitement. So with a lot of these, the tip is actually doing that for each other. So it's not earth science or rocket science, I should say. So if the reason for the affair or for the infidelity was because I needed something new, I needed something novel or different, you can find that right at home, right? So do you explore, or the pro tip would be to explore new experiences, different experiences, new adventures with your partner, and again, kind of discussing, well, did you like that? Did you not like that? Was that a bridge too far? Or maybe here's something else we can do differently. And I'll add, not being afraid to try something new, and because that's a part of the experience.
Good one. Unresolved personal or psychological issues. Now, personal struggles such as low self-esteem, depression, anxiety, or even past trauma can definitely contribute to infidelity. And if one partner is dealing with an unresolved psychological issue, it can affect the overall health of the relationship. So in that instance, emotional distance or irritability due to these internal struggles can lead to dissatisfaction both within oneself and the partnership. So I was actually looking at my shameless plug here, Yolanda White Spearman, on Instagram, and someone commented that they tried to move through infidelity. However, their partner, it was multiple occasions, and so they have just resolved that they can't move through this, they can't move forward, and it's hurting their ability to date. And I thought, wow, I mean, I could definitely understand that. Yet the thing is, if you are having something that you have not dealt with, then you do have a tendency to bleed that, into your relationship with someone else. And so it's the same when it comes to infidelity and unresolved personal or psychological issues.
Yep. So, pro tip there: if there is unresolved personal or psychological issues, the tip is, well, of course, you guessed it, folks, actually going to talk with someone, a professional, that can help you uncover that. The tip for the individual as well is being able to explore those tough and hard questions and do a little bit of retrospection, so that you and the licensed professional can actually work through that. And it may not be a one shot or a golden bullet or a silver bullet that you find in the first 5 minutes. It may take several sessions until you get to that root issue. And then second part of that tip is just creating an environment where you can foster a support system between you and your partner, so that those issues, if shared and known, the two of you can hopefully help to address those with best practices, skills, terminology that you've learned through your counseling sessions.
Yeah, and I think it's warrants fostering an emotional support where partners feel safe discussing mental health. And when we told our group 1, it may have been even before that, but I know when you learn better, you should do better. And so as parents, you only do what you know. Right? Whether you've seen it or you've seen it at your home, you've seen it, with friends or other family members, you can only do what you know. And so then when you learn something that's new and that's better, then you should do that. So I would frequently, as when the kids were older, group 1 anyway, tell them, hey, mommy and daddy, we did the best that we could with what we had. And we realize and we understand that sometimes we miss the mark. Sometimes we, let the ball drop and we did not do everything that we probably should have done. But now that we know better, we're going to invite you to please go seek a therapist.
Know better, do better.
Yeah. Please go seek a therapist that you can talk to, because mommy and daddy may have said some things, done some things unintentionally that may have impacted you, and we want to make sure that you are healed so that you're the best version of yourself when you present yourself to your spouse or your partner. So definitely nurturing that safe space is definitely helpful. And so we did it for our kids, so why would we not do it for one another as well? Oh, okay. It's on me again. Another reason is opportunity and impulsivity. So some individuals may not actively seek an affair, but when they're presented with an unexpected opportunity, they, go ahead and maximize on that, and then they respond impulsively. Infidelity can happen when partners feel disconnected or when communication has broken down, making it easier for someone to rationalize this impulsive behavior, this impulsive act. A lack of accountability or distance in the relationship can also create an environment where an affair or where cheating feels like is less consequential.
Yeah, importunity, opportunity, and impulsivity. The tip there would be when you have a plan, you're better prepared for situations. So, Roy, what do you mean there? Having some type of guardrails that you've communicated with you and your spouse may help to thwart some of those situations where impulsivity and opportunity may present itself. So if you know that, hey, the guardrail for our marriage is no single lunches with members of the opposite sex, is there a guardrail that you could put in place that says, hey, that's something that we're not going to breach? And so when that opportunity comes up, you already have a plan of attack in place to invite someone else, or just gracefully decline the offer. The other piece around that would be mindful of situations for yourself personally that could lead to temptation. And as they say in the military, have your head on a swivel, have that situational awareness, so that you are aware of, you know what those situations are. So sometimes you have to be a bit more than honest with yourself. By that I mean be honest with yourself and then take action on that, knowing that you could act on that impulsivity. The third portion of that is that it usually starts in small small opportunities, right? So if you can kind of nip something in the bud, the better off you'll be in not necessarily finding yourself taking advantage of an opportunity or just impulsive behavior.
Good. Hey, so we just shared some of the 5 reasons of the top 10 reasons why this happened, and now we're going to share our personal story. But before you do that, babe, I just, you know what? Maybe I'll wait. You know what? No. Okay. So you never heard us say that one of the reasons was because my partner made me, right? And I wanted to make sure, or that, hey, I cheated because you did this or you didn't do that.
Right.
And I definitely want to make sure that I put that in there, because as women, a lot of blame and shame gets thrown at us, right? So we're blamed for, well, you couldn't keep your man, or you didn't do this, or you didn't do that, or anything like that. And then we're shamed for an act that we didn't commit. So I wanted to definitely make sure to let everyone know that you are not responsible for someone else's behavior. You did not put a gun to their head and say, hey, go have an affair, hey, go cheat, hey, go break my heart, or anything like that. So you will never hear us say that. Well, I hope you will never hear Roy say he has never said, I did this because you. So again, just wanted to make sure that I threw that in there, but we'll go through our personal journey of each one of, well, not each one, but the ones that resonated with us.
Yeah. So Let me just put a pin in that statement as well. So for me, you won't hear me say that I did this because Yolanda wasn't doing X, Y, and Z, right? What you will hear me say, and what I will implore anyone, is that you have to take responsibility for your own intentions and your own actions. Again, no one put a gun to my head and said, hey, go out, and have an affair. Each and every decision or action was a decision. So there was a, hey, I could do X or I could do Y. And in our situation, what happened was I chose a path that led to, and took decisive actions that led to the affair. So again, to go along with what you said, it was personal choices, personal actions that led to that.
All right. So as they say in the church, all hearts and mind clear. Okay. So what, for you personally, babe?
Right.
Why did this happen?
So we actually covered this in the book. Shameless plug for the book. So I'll make sure to include that. But not to give too much away from the book, because we implore you to go actually pick up the book. Because
there are other authors in there as well, right? It's a compilation of other couples and their stories, and everyone's story is different. So we want to, not give away too much again, because other couples are in that story, in that book as well. But where you're going to put it, here, there?
Somewhere up there.
Somewhere, okay.
Yeah. So the novelty and the escape that the situation afforded was enticing for me. So when we talked about point number 3, the desire for novelty and excitement, there was an air of novelty and excitement, being in a new city, new job, new state, just a new environment altogether, helped to foster in my head, oh, this is different, and the opportunity to kind of take my husband hat off, my father hat off, and just be Roy. So that was one of the key reasons that led to the.
He's saying situation because you guys know we have a group 1 and group 2. Group 1 knows in group 2, our youngest daughter just peeped her head in here. So that is what we are going to say from here on out.
There we go.
If having that desire for novelty and excitement, then what are we doing to? Sorry.
So the other part was we talked about the last one, number 5, opportunity and impulsivity. So in the book there's a specific situation, story, event, I should say, that took place that led to me saying, I wonder if, and then just taking decisive action based on that, just kind of in the moment, because it wasn't planned or anything like that. There was a moment, and I saw an opportunity and took advantage. Not took advantage of that opportunity, but acted on that particular opportunity. In the book, you'll see what that opportunity was. So go get the book.
Well, they can't get the book if we don't give them information on how to get the book.
We will provide information.
He will provide information on how to get the book.
Description below.
Yeah. So I was actually going to say, based on the tips that have been given, and in 3 and 4, 3 and 5, desire for novelty and excitement, and then opportunity and impulsivity. What are some of the things that we've been doing to address number 3, desire for novelty and excitement? So what things have we been doing to keep our relationship fresh? Oh, you want me to
lead up?
We've been traveling.
Traveling is one.
But listen, okay. So I probably led off with traveling because it has taken us a lot of years of marriage to be able to travel without the kids, right? I can count. Yeah, I can count probably on 2 hands, and we've been married for 28 years. I can probably count on 2 hands the number of times that we've been able to just actually travel, just the 2 of us without the kids. So that's been new and exciting and different for me. Had to, twist my mama's arm, but another story. But also just prioritizing date nights, date days, date activities.
Right.
If you guys will go back a couple of videos, I'm not sure which one, but we have an Applebee's up the street, and the reason that we go there, not necessarily because we're getting filet mignon or anything like that, but because we're not. But it's about 10 minutes from our house, right? We can put group 2 down, ask group 1, hey, keep an eye out for them while they're in bed, and then we're up there 9:30, because 9:30 is 9 o'clock or 9:30. 9 o'clock is when the happy hour begins, right? So you get your late night libations and your snacks that are half price. So it gives us an opportunity to get away. Woosah, take off the mom, dad, all of those other hats, and just be able to do that. And plus, everyone knows us there, including the managers. So doing that and just being spontaneous. Sometimes we'll say, hey, baby girl, you want to go to the watering hole? Okay, cool. You got us a sitter? So things like that stick out with me.
Yeah, and doing new and different things, and trying new places. So there are, in the town that we live in, it's it's growing. So
Yeah.
there's always something new and different. So we may go out to hear a different band. We may go try a new restaurant that opened. We may even go do live piano karaoke. Just to put ourselves in different spaces and in different places, so that we can kind of keep things fresh, and it does allow us the opportunity to see ourselves in different spaces, in different places, and have different experiences that we could talk about, and find out, well, how was that event for you, or how did you feel going through that, and even kind of going through the planning process of, hey, is this something that we would like to do, and just having that conversation. Because sometimes you're like, well, I don't feel like going there tonight. Well, why don't you feel like?
Because of your kids.
Right. So you'll have the opportunity there to connect, even in those instances as well.
Yeah, I was mentioning to Roy a couple of weeks ago that my cousin, I was going to say my good cousin, she and her husband were in Vegas, and they went to the gun range. And I was like, oh, wow, they're on vacation going to the gun range. Oh, babe, there's one right up the street from us. Let's try that. I mean, it's definitely something new for both of us.
Something new and different.
Definitely something new and different. But, I think it gives you an opportunity to get outside your comfort zone, to get outside your box, and to do either you like it or you don't. And at least you can say we tried it and we never have to try it again, or we tried it so much that we want to try it again. Right, cool. So then number 5 was what? Opportunity and impulsivity. So how are we establishing clear boundaries around friendships and other relationships, and are we being mindful of situations that could lead to temptation, and having open discussions and about maintaining commitment?
Oh yeah, for sure. So I work from home now. So there's not a whole lot of opportunities for single, lunches with members of the opposite sex, and so there have been a few instances where I've just told people, let's not have, individual lunches. Well, I did have to have, one-on-ones with my female person that reported to me, but that was just job situation. It wasn't anything social in that regard. So just continuing to communicate those particular items. I guess another guardrail would be communicating kind of where I am. So long story short is we were in a couples ministry, and there was a discussion about the check-in emails or text messages, and the conversation kind of went to you could be pulled over dead in the middle of a ditch, and I wouldn't necessarily know, because I didn't know that you were going on that side of town. So little things like that that help to, again, rebuild trust, put those guardrails in place. And you know what? Apple is so, what I say, their artificial intelligence looks at patterns.
Oh, okay.
And so one time Siri told me, check in with Yolanda. I said, what? Wait, Siri, I know what I need to do. Why you all in my business? You don't need to be all in my business. So what did I do? Hey, Yolanda, I'm
checked in with Yolanda. Right, you listen to Siri. You listen to the sage wisdom of Siri.
So.
Yeah, and again, because once you've experienced, a traumatic incident, it's important to rebuild that trust, and where it may seem insignificant to the person who has committed the offense, and even what's the word I'm looking for? It may be something that should like begrudging. It means a world to the person who the offense was committed against. Does that make sense? Yeah. So, when you're rebuilding, rekindling, renewing that trust, it's important to make sure that you are doing those things that are going to make your partner feel safe again. Because if you guys have said, "Hey, we're in this, we're going to move through this," then that should be the goal, right? To make your partner do things where your partner can look at your behavior and say, "Okay, I see things are different," right?
For sure.
So this is part 1. We'll have to come back with part 2. We've got 5 more common reasons why this situation, again, she just peeked her head in here, occurs. But in the meantime,
make sure that you hit that like button, and then make sure that you subscribe as well, so that you'll be in the know when the next video drops. So until next time, I'm Roy.
And I'm Yolanda.
And we're your guides in Royal Affairs, where we show you
Affairs done right. See you guys next time.
See you next time.